Hi, my name is Dina Broderick, and this video will serve as my statement of purpose for Cal State Long Beach's Evening MBA program. I'll start by walking you through my resume. I currently work at Capital Drugs, which is an integrative pharmacy. We have a traditional pharmacy as well as a natural health department, and I am the assistant manager of the natural health department. Some of my responsibilities include training staff and supervising, inventory reconciliation and loss prevention, merchandising the store, and most importantly, customer service, which entails giving informed advice on Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, homeopathy, pretty much any alternative therapies. I've been with Capital Drugs for 2.5 years, and prior to that I worked for a company called Bravada International, which was also retail. It was women's fashion retail, and I served as a store manager for multiple locations there. There I had many of the same responsibilities as I have in my current job, but I was also responsible for recruiting, and that is a passion of mine. I really enjoy the recruiting and training process. I was with that company for about 4 years, and prior to that, I worked as an English teacher in Spain. I had a 6-month contract where I lived with a family, and in exchange for room and board, I taught their 2 young kids English, and that was a life-changing experience. Before that, I worked for a company called HFI Planet Funk, and that was also retail, women's retail, well, both women's and men eventually, and we expanded into children's eventually as well. I started off working in their stores and eventually made my way to their corporate office, where I worked as an allocations coordinator. My responsibility was deciding how much of each product went to each location. At that time, they had 14 locations. And so in my job, I ran a lot of sales reports. I was responsible for understanding what was trending in each neighborhood and what other retail stores surrounded our stores to know who was selling similar product. I have unusual circumstances in that I am a former student of yours. I participated in the Accelerated MBA program about 10 years ago. I completed all the coursework and walked with my graduating class, but unfortunately was not able to afford to pay for my final quarter. I recently called Cal State Long Beach in an attempt to pay for my final quarter and have my diploma released, but learned that because I didn't pay for it back then, my participation was not recorded, and in order to get my degree, I'd actually have to come back and retake those final 3 classes. I have this whole time assumed that I had an MBA degree because I completed the coursework and did receive final grades for those classes, but unfortunately that is not the case. I will say that I initially was interested in getting an MBA because I was interested in the marketing factor. I got my undergrad in public relations, and it was my intent at that time to combine my education of PR with marketing. My goals have since changed, but that is initially why I wanted to get an MBA degree. So why am I coming back now? As I mentioned, I just found out this information that my degree is not valid until I finish those last 3 classes. So no better time than now to complete what I started. It's really just a matter of integrity for me. I just want to be able to say in good conscience that I have earned my MBA degree. Why an MBA at Cal State Long Beach? Long Beach is where I started. I initially chose Cal State Long Beach because at that time, you guys were one of the few universities that offered an accelerated program. And now I'm choosing to go back to Long Beach because that's where I started. I truly did enjoy my experience at Cal State Long Beach the first time around. I made a lot of great friends in the Accelerated MBA program, people that I'm still friends with till this date. And so I feel that I will have a great experience this time around also. And finally, what are my future plans after I get my MBA? I plan to continue with the natural health field. It is a passion of mine. It is something that I'm really excited about. I love helping people who have exhausted all other health options, who are maybe tired of Western medicine and are exploring other options. So I definitely plan to stick in the natural health field. That is it for my statement of purpose video. I hope to see you guys in the fall, and thank you for taking the time to look at my video.